Aloha, you're listening to the Rolling Vets podcast by veterans, for veterans, and civilians alike. I'm Lucas Moss, your co-host, and I'm flanked by my Marine veteran peers, Aaron Pata and Chris Ellis. We would like to extend an invitation to you, the listener, to journey inside of our realm to discover what it means to be a rolling vet.
And we are back.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. All three of us, the trio, the three musketeers, the three best friends that anyone could have. We're back, man. We're fucking back. And to start us off, I have a couple fucking shout outs. Mainly they're all book shout outs. And there are a couple of the books that we talked about on the show already. One of them's a newer one. So our guest and dear friend, Doc Molina, who we had on the last show, his cousin is actually a novelist and just released a novel about, I think it was like 3 weeks ago now. So it just got published 3 weeks ago now. It can be found on Amazon. It's called The Scavenging Ravens. So I'm just going to plug this shit in real quick. So it's about Arkin. He's a rather young adult. He's classified in this group called a Dynamis. And it's this group of people who hold immense power in the world. And they only exist, within the 0.01% of the whole population. And while he came to be, the more he's discovering about himself, the more he discovers that there's this cult hunting him down. And part of this cult has made friends with his dear brother, Karsten. So that being said, find out how this ends. Actually, it's just the beginning because this is actually volume 1, Scavenging Ravens volume 1, which means that there's going to be more, at least one more. So check it out. It's written by Drew, Drew, and I might fucking slaughter this last name. Olaviano, Olaviano, Drew Olaviano, The Scavenging Ravens, Volume 1. Found on Amazon. I think it's on sale right now on Amazon for $3.99. It's usually $14.99. And damn, I sound like a fucking salesman, dude.
You sound like a fucking
I feel like I just sold out for a second. Other than that, so two of the other books that we've talked about on the show, one of them is Chris's favorites. It's called Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. This shit's gonna make you want
stay hard, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's gonna make you want to fucking stay hard. It's gonna want to make fucking eat grenades for breakfast and buddy drag your stepmother across the lawn, in a modified CFT. So this shit, is gonna make you want to make your bed every morning and just be a fucking good dude, not only to yourself, but to other people as well. And it's a really motivating book. David Goggins, former he's a fucking
he's a former
Navy SEAL, but he's a triathlon marathon.
He's done everything.
The dude's an insane dude.
Yeah, the book's crazy. He goes into depth, goes into the story about how his life went and where he got to where he's at. And one of the huge parts in there that fucking just motivates the fuck out of me is this motherfucking dude did a leg workout, like a nasty leg workout, like squats and shit. The very next day, he ran his first ever 100-mile race without stopping. And before that, he has never ran even a marathon before.
Damn.
Wow. And the story behind that and what happens to his body and what he put himself through is fucking, dude, makes you just want to go fucking read list right now, but I'm not.
Yeah, so fucking Can't Hurt Me, David Goggins. Look it up. The last one, but not least, is one that I've mentioned. It's called Conscious Coaching by Brett Bartholomew. He's a world-class strength performance coach who talks about the different kinds of athletes that you experience, like the different scenarios that you could experience as a coach or as a mentor or just as a leader in general, and basically how to navigate all those things, and relative to sports or just bettering yourself and bettering other people and how to go about that shit. I love the book. It was recommended to me by a coworker. Totally worth it. Can found and same David Goggins Can't Hurt Me and Conscious Coaching by Brett Bartholomew. Like those can be found anywhere fucking books are sold. So now that I feel like a fucking corporate sellout,
Jesus Christ.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
So the topic for this discussion is self-discipline in and outside of the Marine Corps and standards in and outside of the Marine Corps. What do we still choose to follow today? How do we hold ourselves accountable when we're in? How do we hold ourselves accountable when we're out? So self-discipline. I feel like it's not hard to go through the Marine Corps and be a fucking good Marine. That's one thing I never really understood. You know, we have those like hardcore fucking shitbags.
Why don't you feel like it's hard?
Because you show up when you're told to show up. You fucking are in the Marine Corps. So what I always was told too by a lot of people, and it makes sense, is you're a fucking paid athlete. You're paid to fucking perform, That's a lot of our job is fucking moving. That's why we have 2 different fucking PT tests. That's why we PT every
Porn
fucking
stars
morning.
are paid to perform.
That's exactly where my mind went. I just wanted to let him finish first.
You said that's very nice of you, but but yeah, I feel like just doing what you're told, going to the bare minimum, you can be a fucking good Marine. Now, going above and beyond is totally a different topic, but standards and standards is not hard, and I don't know why it was like such a hard thing for some people to do. Why do you think some people struggle with the transition?
Man, all right. So this is the way I look at it. Between the Marine Corps and life out here, it's very, very similar. People want to do the least amount of work for the most amount of pay. In the military, you're locked into a pay scale. There is no promotion. There is no really demotion unless you do something really fucking stupid, right? So that all being said, everybody kind of feels like locked into this place. They, for the most part, Marines are coming out of high school, right? They're looking forward to, summer breaks and stuff like that. They're like, oh, well, now we don't have summer breaks anymore. Now we have to work 24/7. This is the first real job I ever really had. And I guess this is the first time they've had money to spend by themselves, but they signed this contract, right? They're like, well, now I have to deal with the bullshit. Okay, fine. Like, you got to deal with bullshit. That's no matter where you are in life, you have to deal with bullshit. But I guess a lot of people seem to feel trapped in the Marine Corps, and because they feel trapped, they don't want to do as much. They don't want to try as hard. They understand that, hey, even if I do the very least, I'm still going to get paid as much as the guy who's going above and beyond. Why would I try? There's no incentive to try harder.
Yeah. So you have a lot of reasons not to be a good dude, So, but I think it's also because of expectations. I think it's because of expectations. I think you kind of nailed it on the head a little bit there. Like when you join and shit, you're all motivated, and then you watch the fucking commercials, you've heard the stories, you're fucking brainwashed in boot camp, and then you get to fucking MCT SOY, you get to fucking MOS school, you get to the fucking fleet, and you're like, I was like, this shit ain't it, fam. This was none of this shit. Like, nobody told me about any of this, and it's not like a disservice, to all those people along the way, like your fucking instructors and stuff. There's nobody there. I don't think there's anybody or anything that could prepare you for that experience. As we look back on it, on the whole scope of our experience in the military, and that almost seems like a footnote, like going through that shit, that first year. But if you think about it, the first year, first of all, it's your first impression, and then not only that, think about how often you fucking move around in that first year. If you're on the East Coast, you're going to fucking South Carolina for 3 months. Then you go home for 10 days. And then now you're in North Carolina. And then from North Carolina, depending on where your MOS school, like mine was ours was California, all the way to fucking California after that. And we're not even out of a unit yet. And this is all within the first couple months you're in the military. And
you don't know where you're going to go next.
And you don't fucking know until 2 weeks before you graduate. And it's pretty, it's a tall order to ask of a young kid.
We weren't even told. We were told the last week.
Yeah. See, and an infantry is told the last week. So this is something where you're as 18, 19-year-old kid, maybe even had jobs. Maybe even had jobs when you in the case of Evan or some of the older guys that we knew, or older females that we knew that had a life outside the military, before the military. And they don't even know what's going to hit them either. Nobody does.
But I would say that their transition's a little bit easier. Having a job before you go in the military, you understand that there's going to be a certain level of bullshit. You understand that there's going to be some shit that you have to do that you don't necessarily agree with. For a lot of people coming out of high school, I don't think they expect that. They're like, oh, well, isn't this just like playing video games? Don't I just get to fucking blow shit up all day? No, you don't. Half the time you're gonna be walking
around
a
broom,
like a
bitch.
Like a glorified janitor.
And I think all of that rubs people the wrong way, and they get bitter. Absolutely. I think they get bitter, and
that bitterness spreads very quickly.
Yeah, attitude is fucking caught, not taught. So
I'm right.
Like, I can't tell you how many times like we've been in the fucking dumps, absolute dumps in the middle of fucking nowhere, getting pissed on, like just on the verge of just going eternal. And all it takes is like one fucking joke, just one little thing, and you're just like, oh,
Dude, laughs are contagious for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, just
For
fucking
sure.
somebody laughing about it.
Hey, another thing too, we're always told is fake motivation, still motivation.
Yes,
I
fake
fucking
it till
hate
you
that
fucking make
phrase.
it, dude.
I
That shit,
hate
is
that
it's legit.
phrase.
It's legit though. They're not
Yeah.
wrong. They're not wrong. They're not wrong in saying that.
Doesn't mean I can't hate it.
Okay, yeah. So going into that, so like we're gonna talk about standards, and with standards, we're gonna talk about both sides that we've experienced. We're gonna talk about what were the standards for these certain aspects while we were in the military, and what standard do we hold ourselves now that we're out. And the first one's gonna be physical standards.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's
would say
really
that's
like
the easiest
slam
right off the
dunk.
bat. That's right
Yeah,
off the bat. I mean, I see everybody get out and they turn into fucking like rebels. Like they always like grow their fucking hair out, fucking AKA you.
We all look like in a biker gang, dude.
And then it's always the same thing. Like 6 months after they're out, they're fucking, or a year after that, they're back to getting that fucking nice fade you got.
Yeah.
Me and Aaron kept the fade, you know, that shit stays.
Yeah.
I
So
kept the
what?
sides of my hair, but I grew out the top for like a year, dude. Like it was bad. I had the
Yeah,
man
you
bun
had
and
like a little
everything.
fucking man bun and shit.
Yeah.
I think I remember. People don't forget. Hashtag never forget. So what were some of those physical standards that we had to abide by in the military?
Well, obviously, like you're talking about PT right there, and like
Yeah.
weighing
What is
in and
PT
shit.
for those of our viewers that are not
Well,
in the military?
Not physical therapy, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Damn right.
It's training, so we're running, you know, we're doing shit. So it could be a various different type of things. I know that we had different other branches on here and shit, but people need to understand, like, when it comes to PT, like the Army and the Marines, like they fucking PT hard. All right, like that was the branches, obviously a lot more physical. PT fucking hard. So it's like normal to go on 6-mile runs at like stupid fast fucking pace. It's normal to put on a fucking flak and Kevlar, or a flak, not a Kevlar, and go for fucking running in fucking boots and shit, stuff like that. So some people hate that shit. I think they get a bad taste for it. And then when they get out, they honestly just get like fucking fat and fucking lazy. And that happened to me like straight out the fucking bat. Like I was
Like a
hardcore, like
fatty.
working out oh no, for sure. When I first got out, man, I was just fucking drinking, wasn't fucking going to the gym. COVID hit, so I was like using that as an excuse not to do shit. One day I looked at myself in the fucking mirror and I said, fuck this. And I fucking started 75 hard. So if you don't know about 75 hard, I probably wrote that before, look into it. Started 75 hard and I lost like 30 fucking pounds in 75 days, grinding my fucking ass off. And ever since like that time, I've been such a stickler for like after getting out of the Marine Corps, or any person, and the civilian included, like fucking workout. I feel like it is good for every aspect of your body and your mental state to work out. Whether, I'm not telling people to go to lift weights, go for a fucking walk, go for a fucking run, CrossFit if you fucking want to, anything.
Some
but
kind of physical activity for sure.
I feel like physical activity, and that's another thing with getting out and you know, dealing with stress and shit, is like working out. Like if I'm having a fucking bad day and shit, like I'm fucking pissed off about something, I go to the gym. That's like fucking therapy for me, dude. Go in there, hit weights. But some people like the run. I know plenty of people. We had Jack Main on here. Motherfucker will bike and run for hours.
Fucking Forrest Gump.
On end. Like it's crazy. Amazing cardio athlete. But shit like that, I feel like physical standards, a lot of people get out and they get lazy. And that's a standard I still hold myself to. Like if I have days where I don't want to go to the fucking gym, fucking make myself fucking go. And another thing about that is you showed up for the Marine Corps. Marine Corps wanted you to run at fucking 06. You were there whether you liked it at 06 running.
Yeah.
So now you're out, fucking show up for your fucking self. That's the way I see it, you know.
Actually, I think Lucas has something pretty big to go off that. Do you think you're more active now or when you were in the Marine Corps?
Oh, I would say it's relatively the same. I would actually say it's relatively the same because you're always on your feet in the Marine Corps. Like you're always on your fucking feet doing something, walking around base, fucking lugging some heavy shit, like just fucking standing in formation. Like standing burns calories, dog. Like like standing for that long, like you're fucking in that humidity, dude. You're sweating like a motherfucker, dude. Like swamp ass is it's just a common occurrence, dude. Like,
And you're wearing like what, 2-3 layers?
Yeah.
in the middle of all that heat.
Yeah, you're
Like,
wearing your
gonna be
fucking
losing a lot
skivvy
of water
shirt under your blouse. Like, oh my god, you're wearing fucking long pants and combat boots
in
Like,
Hawaii in the
Hawaii.
sun.
Give me
And
a
in
fucking
Garrison,
break,
you
dude.
can't take off your skivvy shirt, right? Until
Yeah.
they passed that recently. I was
Exactly.
like, yo, bro,
Exactly.
it's a lot of layers,
just
man.
a bunch of fucking tomfoolery. So you're dealing with all that shit. I totally forgot the fucking question. What was the fucking question?
Do you think you're more active physically now?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Or when
So-
you were in the Marine Corps? I will amend the question a little bit. So you're
Okay.
right, all those things. I'm talking about, do you think you hold yourself more accountable for working out now or when you were in the Marine Corps?
I would say
Like
it's the
going out for a
same.
run,
It's the
going
same,
to
but
the gym, going to really.
yeah, I would say it's the same, but it's a different motivation. Like
Okay.
for both. So for one, the motivation was I was such a fucking alcoholic, such an alcoholic, and I put on so much weight because all I did was just fucking drink and drink and drink and drink. That I was like, well, I still gotta be able to pass a PFT. So like whether people saw me or not, like I would never run anything more or anything less than 3 miles. That was it. I was like, as long as I know I could run fucking 3 miles, as long as I know I can do my fucking pull-ups, sit-ups, you're gonna get the sit-ups. Like,
You're gonna
you're gonna get the sit-ups. So like
15.
yeah, I was like, as long as I know that I can do that, I wasn't worried about the CFT. Was never worried about the CFT because the CFT, I mean,
Just
that's
work it.
it's a very
it.
short. It's like I'm really good, and it's a very short spurt. Like I wasn't really good, like long term. Like as like a fucking endurance guy. Like
Nah, you have to try to fail the CFT, man. Like I
Yeah.
tried to see how long it would take to actually fail it. It's an exuberant amount of time. Like it's just a short sprint. Fucking
yeah,
And I always
Go
see
out
that
there,
shit as like
3
a
minutes of
challenge.
pain.
Like I'm getting 300 every fucking time.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
was-
Like it
was
should
very
be it
hard
should be
not
money.
to get like high 280.
Yeah, exactly. So it should be money, especially the
Because
ammo can
cans are
lifts.
free.
Like
Ammo
yeah.
cans are free.
yeah, exactly.
The 880 is free. Like just do
Yeah.
it, man.
Yeah. So because I was so fat and I was like always on the verge of going on BCP, and I fucking still pride myself that I was never on BCP. I was never in the fucking fat boy platoon because I probably would have hated myself so much because
I mean, you already did.
I
all right,
knew.
you need to go into a little bit about weight standards here because
Oh, okay. Oh, dude.
like
Oh,
me right
man.
now, I'm over
Boss is the
200
guy to
fucking
talk about that.
pounds.
Moss is the guy to talk about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Let's go.
No, I was in the same exact fucking boat. I was always I had to sit in the fucking sauna.
Chris was there too.
Like,
Yeah.
I could go to the gym and I could hit 225 when I was in the Marine Corps for
I'm
like
the
an easy
wrong
like
person to ask
15
about this.
15 fucking reps. Then I could go and get like a fucking high 290s CFT. I could run my fucking PFT and still get like a fucking 280, 270.
Yeah.
But I was always like 3 pounds over my max weight. I could tape in, but in the Marine Corps, if you get taped in, you're still a fat fucking bitch. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Like you're a thick motherfucker. But like if you think about it, compared to like normal people in normal society, that's like a normal sized person. Like so that's like an average sized dude would be like fat as fuck in the Marine Corps.
Yeah,
and that's
true.
just the height and weight standards. Like
Just a higher standard for sure.
it's fucking crazy. It's absolutely I knew dudes who were absolutely fucking just jacked, absolutely jacked. And like you could
They would
tell
fail
best
height
shape
and
of their fucking lives, and they would fail height and weight. It's like
That's the thing though. If you scored like I think a 280, 290 or above, the height and weight did not matter.
no, you had to score. I
Score
think it was
300.
perfect. Yeah, you had
Yeah.
to score perfect. So you had to score a
I think
perfect
we relaxed
score.
it to 280 now, 280 and above.
Nah, no way.
Really?
No way. They would be lowering their standards. No way.
Yeah.
Like you had to score a perfect fucking 300 like in order to fucking not get your height and weight. So I mean I was never scoring a fucking 300 even in the best shape. I don't think I was scoring like a 300, like no cap. Like I'm not gonna bullshit about that. But yeah, so I knew as long as I could fucking perform in those things once or twice a year, like that was it. It was like once a year. Like it was preparing for one game. I had 364 days to prepare for one fucking thing, and I was okay with that. So I would just drink like a goddamn fish.
So, but I think you didn't have to. You got out of PT a little bit because you didn't have to PT at the comm shop.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
you were
yeah,
with your fucking radios. You just be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm doing radio shit.
Yeah. So this is how this dynamic works. I would always kind of find a way to skip out a PT. It'd always be like, hey, not coming to formation, already at the comm shop, had to get started early. Or it was like fucking sometimes I just wouldn't show up and they just wouldn't even give a shit, to be honest.
Hey man, if I was
Because
your
you pull
position,
that
I probably
so
would
many
have too.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you just pull it up so many times, they'd be like, yo, where's Moss? Be like, you always got the comm shop. Like,
Yeah.
what are we gonna say? No, he's asleep in his room. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I ain't getting
Or
fucked
at my
over for
house,
that.
like drunk
Yeah,
as shit or
no.
something still. Like, yeah, no, that was not gonna happen. But you know, so that was my motivation. I was like, I knew I could get away with fucking being a fat bitch alcoholic as long as I knew that I was still somewhat in shape. And I knew that if I stayed somewhat in shape, I would avoid going on BCP and having all the fucking shame of doing that, because fat shaming in the fucking Marine Corps is at extreme highs. Like this is it's at fucking toxic levels. Like no bullshit. Like people
I feel bad for
contemplate
Smiley, but I get this
suicide
shit-eating
because
grin
of
on
the
my
amount
face
of
'cause
fucking
it's so
fat
true.
shaming that goes on in the Marine Corps. Like we've all done it. We all were a part of it. I was on
we had
both
we
ends
had
of it.
Hansen on this show, and he already
Yeah,
told
and he
the
fucking
joke
did it
about
on
me.
here in real time, and we fucking laughed at it and didn't even call him out on it. So
Is
yeah,
that just
big
how it
fucking
is?
deal. But you have to understand. So fat shaming, huge fucking deal. I wanted to avoid that at all fucking costs. So
I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't even know fat shaming was a thing whenever I got out of the Marine Corps. So then I was just kind of like, just doing things like I always did. And my little sister's like, you can't say that. Like,
would you call
what
someone
do you
a
mean
fat
I
bitch or
can't say
something?
that? Yeah, like just
Fucking
like
fat
dude,
piece of shit.
look at that whale over there. Like, holy shit, how do you let yourself
Hey,
go like
hey,
that?
no, it's just like all the fucking higher ups always says. It's like you're gonna get out and you're gonna be surrounded by those nasty fucking civilians.
Yeah.
No, my higher ups never said that.
Yours never said that?
Never.
Oh my god, I heard that all
They
the
said
fucking
I heard
time.
that all the fucking
all the
time.
fucking time.
And it made me, dude, when I became a civilian, and this is where I'll go to the other side now, my other motivation. So on to the flip side, I'm a civilian now. Dude, I was pushing fucking shit, probably like 215 on my way out of the Marine Corps. And then when I got out of the Marine Corps, dude, I got the COVID 15. I got the fucking freshman 15. I got the veteran 15, bro. I was pushing
You got the
240.
disgruntled vet 50, like shit.
Yeah, dude, I was straight pushing 240, man. Like 240.
shit.
Like hating
Okay.
my fucking life. Like had to go to therapy. Fucking like my beard was crazy. My hair was crazy, dude. I really like legitimately like let myself go. Like I was still drinking like a fucking fish, smoking weed on top of that. Just my priorities just were all just fucked up at the time. And it like almost cost me, dude. Fucking it almost cost me everything. It literally almost cost me everything. I had fucking Chris Kiak come down on his birthday and we fucking went out, just fucking, we thought we could drink like we used to, man. And I almost fucking killed us on the highway. Got stopped by a fucking state trooper who luckily saved my ass because we were Marines, dude. Cause his dad was a Marine. So like bailed me out of that. I finally fucking, I wound up in the hospital for a little bit too. Basically wanted to fucking off myself. And I'm like, dude, this is just fucking like getting to a point where it's costing me everything. And that's when I, decided I was fucking done with alcohol and I wanted to start living like just a better lifestyle. I was like, what happened to those standards? Like if my fucking 18-year-old me could see me right now, like, damn, I'm like, that's what the fucking Marine Corps did to me. That was my thought process. I was like, damn, that's what the fucking Marine Corps did to me. I'm not even sure if I want to fucking even do that anymore. Like if I was like right about to sign the fucking papers and I could see that, like that version of myself, I'd be like, fuck that. Like this is not worth it. I'll go to fucking college or do something else and see, and I'll fucking roll the dice with that. And so it just came down to just finding what I can do. Like what would be my motivation is just to fucking like, okay, like losing weight wasn't even on my mind. It was just like, I just need to exercise. I just need to fucking eat better. I just need to start doing things that make me happy again, like fucking reading or playing video games. I just need to start doing all those things and use that motivation and start holding myself to that fucking standard that I used to. And now that I'm in better shape, I'm like even starting like, okay, like now I'm gonna like, how fast can I run a fucking 3 mile? Like if they called me tomorrow out of curiosity, would I be able to fucking pass a PFT, like kind of thing? And that's just the fucking, I hate to ramble on, but that's just,
No, man,
just
that's
standard
fucking
of the
fucking
whole
cool.
vibe.
That's cool because like I think me and you experienced that in like the same way. Obviously, yours was what happened to you in Kiev, but that was pretty crazy. But yeah, like I got out, like same thing, got fucking drinking fat as fuck, and looked at myself in the mirror one day. I think a lot of veterans do that.
Yeah.
I've met veterans
Absolutely.
that had that same story. You know,
I don't think I've stopped drinking. Honest,
Yeah.
I'm still there.
this is probably
Functioning
like
alcoholic.
I probably only had like 20 beers in the past, probably 6 months. Honestly, I
Really?
quit drinking a lot. Yeah, I just started drinking.
Wow.
I just like to taste the Modelo, so Modelo time.
Dude,
Cool.
I'm the complete opposite. Like, I really picked up my drinking when I got out. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm very much more aware physically. Like, I'll still go to the gym once or twice a day. I don't go on runs anymore because I'm not forced to go on runs. I don't enjoy running. I will not run unless I have to. But like, I'm still in really, really good shape. Like, I'm at my goal weight of 265 or 165. Shit.
Oh, I was about to say 265. What are you just
Oh,
fucking?
you don't see
melting
this
ice
beer belly
cream?
back here?
What are you doing at the gym? Just eating all the snacks? Like, what the fuck?
Dude, so what I do is I order pizza from my Little Caesars to the gym and I eat it there to feel better about myself. No, I'm at a solid 165. Like, I'm an avid connoisseur of whiskey. I picked back up on beer. There was a time where it was getting out of control and I gave it up for a whole year. But now it's like I've gotten to the point where, hey, I know I can go cold turkey off of it. I enjoy having it around. I can have it and not basically like feel like I'm addicted to it. I know when to stop. I don't get blackout. I don't get like wasted. I drink, I get a buzz, I maintain the buzz, and then we go on from there. As far as like other drugs and stuff, it's just not really my thing. I prefer to get buzzed. I prefer to drink. That's been my go-to.
Yeah, man.
Responsibly, man.
I could
Everything
not
in
be
moderation,
responsible.
including
Everything.
moderation.
And that's with everything in life, though. There has to be some kind of limit. There has to be, accountability in everything that you do. Whether it goes from drinking to showing up to work on
standard.
time to yeah. And now it's not up to some organization to set that standard for you. It's for you to uphold yourself to whatever standard it is that you deem. If you think that you're in a place where, hey, I just can't do alcohol right now, it's fucking up my life, stop, take a hard break, and then maybe reintroduce it to yourself a little bit at a time. If that doesn't work for you, fucking leave it alone. No one says you have to drink. Nobody says you have to
it's
smoke.
easier said than done, man.
Yeah,
It's very hard. No, it is very hard.
There are a few
like I
bush
said, I gave it up for a
lattes.
whole year, but we all have our weak moments in life, and that's why you got to rely on some buddies that are close to you to help you out of it, because oftentimes two heads are better than one, and fighting your demons alone doesn't get you anywhere.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I
Now-
definitely feel sick of that.
I got another standard that I want you guys to input on because I want to know specifically you, Lucas Moss. You
What?
got out and you fucking. I was a haircut guy when I was in, so we had in the Marine Corps, you have to get a haircut every week.
Yeah.
And I was always one of those dudes. I always kept like the medium, like kept it up there, kept my fucking top short like you're fucking supposed to. I was a good fucking Marine.
Yeah.
But
One of the
Moss
few.
was always like fucking long hair, slick the fuck back, like going 2 weeks without a fucking haircut, a day without a shave. He got out and he fucking had that massive fucking beard, long fucking hair. And now you're a clean shaven, medium fucking fade. Look like you're fucking Lance Triple Moss right now in the fucking schoolhouse.
Yeah.
Why?
We gotta change our logo.
What was the change? What was the change?
The change was so I usually, even when I was fat, in the summertime, like spring, summertime, I would shave my beard. Like I just didn't fucking feel like dealing with it in the summertime or whatever. It gets humid as fuck in Maryland, so like I was like, nah, I ain't trying to deal with that. And I would always cut my hair a little bit shorter because I got rid of my beard. And then this time around, it was I shaved my beard off. Carolyn and I had a talk, and Carolyn was like, you should start like loving your face more. And I was just like, what the fuck did you say to me? I was like, I was like, what? She's like, you should start loving your face more. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I still had fucking weight on me, so I still had like a
How
round
do you do that? Do
fucking
you like
face.
take a mirror and just start making out with your fucking
Yeah.
reflection in the mirror? Like, that's what I'm thinking.
Who's the fairest of them all? Me, bitch. No, but fucking yeah, so like, and she said by doing it I gotta like shave and just, you know, kind of just fall back in love with my face, I guess. So I was like, whatever, you know, maybe this is some Carolyn wisdom here, you know. She's gonna be future wife, so I, you know, gotta listen to her, or else I'll just wake up and I'd be shaving anyway, so I might as well do it myself.
With a lot more cuts along the way.
Yeah, exactly. So I just shaved, and I was still fat, and I just fucking just kept my hair long. I still had it like kind of slicked back a little bit, and then I just started losing more weight and losing more weight and losing more weight. And then like the long hair, you know, I was like, long hair makes me still look like kind of heavy. And then I was like, talking with my barber here, who I go to, like, once I find someone, like, I'm stuck with them, like, no matter what now, because there's too many times in the fucking Marine Corps. You said it, you had to get a haircut every single week. There's too many times where you're like over there or over here, and you can't go to your same person. So you have to go to somebody else, and they fuck your shit up every time.
A hard ass line.
Yeah, I used to get fucked up all the time, and my ass used to get roasted all the time for it. So, you know, so after I got out, I made it a point to find someone stuck with her. And her and I just had a conversation, and I was like, she's kind of like into punk rock and shit. She's got a sleeve and whatnot. And I was like, you know, I used to wear my hair like that. She's like, I think that would look really fucking good on you if you went back to it. And I was like, all right, I trust you. I was like, do your fucking thing. Like, do whatever you want to do. And she did it, and I just fucking stuck with it, man. Like,
damn.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thanks, dude. Well, all right. So talking about grooming standards. So this is going to go into uniform. So think about the standards that we had for our uniforms while we were in, you know, like having to have the fucking tight sleeves, like everything has to be fucking perfect, like on every little thing in your uniform. Like if you're fucked up on your uniform, you got fucked up in real life. So how, like, being so accustomed to that, you know, and that style of like regimen when it comes to your clothing, do you still hold yourself to a similar standard now that you're a civilian?
When I fucking put anything on, pants, fucking dress pants, whatever, my fucking gig line, dude, is always fucking right on point. That's the thing that stuck with me. Other than that, dude, I dress in fucking bro tanks and shorts and fucking grunt style shirts half the fucking time. So I don't hold myself as like the fucking Marine Corps standards of like public wearing, where they're like, you have to wear a button down shirt and fucking pants
every time you leave the house.
But my fucking gig line, always on point.
That's something I have to do, Aaron. I have to wear a fucking belt every time I leave the house, dude. No bullshit.
Yeah, I gotta wear a belt. Yeah.
What about you? You wear a fucking belt?
All right, so I would say my like civilian attire, like as I'm going out and doing things that are not work related, is very lax. Like I go out and fucking like the Under Armour flip flops that you fucking go on, and like some board shorts and whatever. Even if I wear jeans, like I won't necessarily wear a belt with it.
You fucking scumbag.
Yeah.
Yo,
like,
fucking get this guy.
You probably wear black socks too, huh?
Violated.
Nah, dude, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. White socks.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh,
hey, that's a fucking hard part, though. God damn it.
Oh,
You like that? You like
shit.
that? Woo.
Let me see.
All right,
But
but I make a very big distinction between how I dress and how I hold people that work for me accountable in my off time versus now. So right now, I don't know if I told you, but on Friday I got promoted. I am now in charge of the region, or this entire the entire VA La Jolla site. So I'll be having 14 guys under me in the security company. And for them, I hold them very much accountable in the same way I do in the military. Like, hey, this is what it states. This is the book. Why are you fucked up?
yeah.
It's not fucking hard.
Fucking check yourself.
Right. And it's
You
very much like that.
Civilian fucking
And-
scum.
And so
You hit out SOPs for their fucking flag.
Dude, I write SOPs. I wrote SOPs for my job, and I work with
Dude,
kids.
same.
Man.
So did I. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, this is exactly what you're accountable for. If anything happens and you deviate from this, it's on you because I have it
Yes.
written out. I took time out of my day
Yes.
to make sure you understood your fucking job.
Yep.
Now do it.
Mhm.
And you know, a lot of those things I feel like carry over from both my Little Caesars and this security job. It's like, hey, I will hold you accountable for things that I've not only like told you to do, but things I have shown you how to do.
Mhm.
Right. If I physically go over there and say, hey, this is how you do it. Okay, now you're not doing it the way I told you. That's like a giant fuck you to me. And we're gonna play some games. Like in the security area, right?
See, hey, is that the NCO coming out of you a little bit though? Like, if you think you were just a normal guy, and
That's just the manager. That's just the manager in me. I mean, honestly, I think that my perspective on life would be completely different had I not joined the Marine Corps.
Oh, for sure.
My
Mhm,
leadership
for
would be
sure.
lacking very much.
Yes.
But I don't think that it's Corporal Pada, right? It's not NCO me. It's not me coming in and like, you know, fucking yelling at people, berating them. Like that's not how you run. Like that's a very big.
Well, not
difference
all
between Marine Corps and
corporals
out
do
here.
that.
No.
Not all corporals do that though.
Right.
I
right.
never did that. I never
Right.
really did that.
That's true. But one of the few, right? Very few corporals
yeah,
did
I
not
feel-
start
yeah,
chewing ass 24/7.
yeah.
They're
Yeah,
like,
the
hey,
actual-
how do you
that-
solve a problem? Oh, you yell at people, you scream at them, you berate them. Like, no, that's not professional.
Yeah.
I ain't making me dumb
Um,
shit.
Okay, all right. There's a time to yell in the Marine Corps, but I don't think you can get away with yelling at all on the civilian side. Like they just file
No.
a complaint against you for harassment, and
Yeah,
everybody's
no.
fucked.
I give like the kind of like disappointed dad.
Yeah, disappointed dad. Yeah, like
I had
And-
I had to fucking pull a couple of my coaches aside the other day because fucking we did a big ass kickball game, huge kickball game with like all the fucking kids, man, all the kids and all the coaches. And dude, those coaches, they get fucking competitive, man. Competitive is fucking like they're screaming at each other in each other's faces in front of these kids. And I'm like, bro.
you can't
So
do
I had
that.
to fucking yank them up, fucking put them in my office. And I was like, what the fuck are we doing, guys? I'm like, what the fuck? And they were like, what? And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean what? Like, and I motherfuck them, dude. I motherfuck and I give the knife hand, dude. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. Like, I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you have to understand, like, that you're fucked up right now. Like, I was like, I literally
Yeah.
knifing him. I was like, are you a fucking professional? Yes. Are you a fucking professional? Yes, sir. Are you a fucking professional? And I was like,
No,
no, fucking
so-
act like it. Get the fuck out there.
I'm definitely guilty of that. I'm definitely guilty of bringing out the knife hands. I'm definitely guilty of like cussing people out. But it's not like, what the fuck, you fucking worthless human piece
Yeah,
of
I
shit.
never
No,
do that.
it's
Man.
like, man, what are you doing with your life right now? What is so hard to understand? Okay, tight. So basically, you just said you wanted to go, like, told me to fuck off. We're just going to go ahead and do this now. So there's certain amenities that are afforded to these security guards. It's like, hey, you can have one headphone in and listen to music during your shift. Hey, you can sit down in a chair that's at the entrance. Like, I don't, we're gonna make this super easy for you, right? Because most security jobs
With
don't even
a
allow you to
headphone
sit.
in, how is he gonna know if Charlie's in the wire?
But no. So it's like, it's very big words. Hey, you got to go check your phone real quick. Don't worry about it. Make sure there's not someone right there. Check your phone real quick. But you start fucking up, these amenities start getting taken away. Tight. So now there's a place for you to put your phone. Now you're going to have your headphone out. Now we're going to stand the entire fucking shift, and I'm going to stand with you.
You
until
play
you've learned your
stupid
goddamn lesson.
games.
And
Bro, I work in IT, dude. I'm like just
You
fucking
play
on the phone,
stupid
during that
games.
shit.
you win stupid prizes. It is what it is.
You guys have the fucking hardcore times. I'm over here like fixing fucking computer problems and shit.
But
Only
see,
time,
that's
only
the
time-
thing,
only time
though.
I get the knife hand out and I yell, it's fucking. I have road rage,
Through the
bro.
computer screen. No, but see,
Road
that's
rage?
the issue when
Like,
it
get the
comes
fuck out of
to that's the issue when it comes to dealing with like these 18, 19, 20-year-old workers.
And
Yeah.
drivers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, drivers period. Yo, you would not last 2 seconds out here in California if you're losing your shit out there. Just saying.
No, Hawaii was pretty bad too. I feel like.
Yeah, Hawaii's pretty bad.
I wouldn't know. I never drove in one.
But yeah, Aaron.
Thanks, Lucas.
Yeah, Aaron. To your fucking point though, like, yeah, I agree with when you have people underneath you and you're like this is what they expect, especially if they know that you were a Marine. Like you're like, fuck. Like I there's a level that I know that they're holding me. Like, yeah, it's almost like the real, like the first time, like that I've ever felt like I've been in a position where I was like, I have to live up to like what like firsthand, like in real time with someone like someone who has this high expectation of me, like a civilian. I feel like civilians have like such like astronomical like expectations and standards for Marines. Like when they hear Marines, they're like, fuck, like fucking like these guys are the real fucking deal. Like, you know, these guys are like the best of the best, like hardcore, like hard ass, like badass. Like I think, you know, I would like to think that's what they think. You
No,
know?
no, dude, no.
No, you're
that's
absolutely
like,
right.
That's the same perception I have, and there's actually this funny story I want to tell. All right, I was kayaking home on leave one time. All right, getting fucking plastered. All right,
Yeah.
me and all the boys, he was getting fucking shit faced.
Yeah.
All right, my one buddy, fucking Jared, he's like kayaking fucking far as way, and he's just like going in front of everybody. He's screaming, "Fuck you, Hutch! Fuck you, Hutch!" to one of our friends.
Yeah.
We're like, where the fuck's he going? And then my buddy Landon's like, "Hey, there's a dam up there." Jared turns to the side, and all we see is a kayak just flip up in the air and point him up, and then he goes straight down. And I was like, "How far is the drop off?" They're like 20 feet. I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm fucking plastered, but I'm like, I gotta save him. I'm like getting there like hyper fucking speed, you know, drunk fucking paddling.
Hyper speed. It was probably if you act an actual camera, it's probably like
no, this is the best part. I get to the shore, dude, and like there's a bus there. That's the halfway point. So you're supposed to bring your kayak over here and like carry it to the side and do like the next other half if you're doing the full experience. So the dam was there just a block. Motherfucker was supposed to go off it, but there was like 50 people standing around. I run over the fucking gravel and my Landon's there at the same time, and I like, in my head I'm like superhero dive, and I fucking dove into
superhero dive.
Oh, this shit's gonna look so cool.
Some Deadpool shit. So what does that have to do with the story, though? I'm confused. No. Are we getting there?
Yeah. He's so I dive in the water, okay. And all the people are like, "Who the fuck is he?" And my buddy was like, "He's a Marine." They're like, "Oh, okay, sweet."
That just makes sense now. It just makes sense now.
That was the funniest shit ever.
Yeah. So that was the first. This is like the first time, you know, as a boss, that I'm working with people that have that expectation with me, and I'm working with them like every day. Like it's not like it's not like you're still in the Marine Corps and you meet people in passing and they're like, "Oh, like, you know, thank you for your service. Like, wow, like all the things you guys do is just fucking amazing." Like all that shit they do, you know, to slurp you up. Like you're just like, "Oh yeah, thank you." So, and you're just kind of removed by that, you know, because the Marine Corps does a real good job of giving you some humble pie, like very often. So like having that expectation, like knowing that there's that expectation of me, like being like a former Marine, or just, I guess, just a Marine.
Prior service, yeah.
Prior service Marine Corps, once a Marine, always a Marine. Yeah, fucking. So just being that guy, basically, like it's kind of like, man, I have to take that extra step. I have to not only be that guy, but more. Like I can't just be that guy who's just a hard ass either. Like I have to be approachable. Like I have to take all these things, all these like different characteristics and traits from not only JJ did High Buckle, but from like, you know, all the leaders that I admired when I was in, to be that person, just to literally fucking meet their standard, you know, their standard of me.
And it's compounded for me as well, because the person that ran this place before me was fired, and because he brought his like personal firearm into the hospital and got escorted out by VA police. Then he came back, and then he was smoking weed inside of a government building, and he was relieved. So it's like, okay, so is that what the standard of Marine is? Like, no. And then I was moved from my site to this site, so tomorrow will be my first day. But the entire time there's like this entire rumor mill going on, and that's what the guy under me was telling me. He's like, "Hey, there's an entire rumor mill that's going on." They're like, "Hey, they're bringing this Marine over from another site." And I worked there for like one day over the weekend for some overtime. They're like, "Yeah, so the one day he was here, they were like, he was touring the place, he was looking around, yada yada. He's out to get us." And like, no, you were just telling me where all the entrances were. Like, oh man. So it'll definitely be an interesting experience there. But you know, that idea of what a Marine is, it's like, how are you going to be more scared of me than my buddy that was telling me about all this, he was an enabler for the SEALs.
Mm.
And so it's like, how, you got this guy that's worked with the SEALs. Why are you afraid of me? Like,
Yeah, because kill, motherfucker.
I guess.
why.
Shit, man.
That is why. And so speaking of kill, like, and I wrote this down actually. So this is actually perfect transition.
Okay.
You ready for this? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
So we also have the standard of in the Marine Corps weapon efficiency. So that is something that takes up a great deal of your time in the Marine Corps, especially if you're in an infantry unit, especially if you're in an infantry company. Like it's like it's weapon, gear, body. And that being said, like a lot of time is dedicated to going to the fucking armory just to pull it out.
He's gonna pull out a gun or something. Oh, he's just getting
it's a fucking range cap. just to pull it out.
Oh god,
and the fucking target. But yeah, so you have to go to the fucking armory just
Corporal
to take it
Pod 8,
out.
Stop. Good to go.
Just to fucking clean it.
Go. Got the target up on the fucking door. Good to go.
He sits out there and just dry fires all fucking day. Somebody break into my fucking house.
In his closet, he's got that fucking oil drum that's painted with the little fucking targets on the side. Oh shit. Yeah, so your weapon takes up a lot of your fucking time. Like whether it's like you're shooting like all these different what they call tables, which are just like different versions of a range. Where you're like, okay, on this table, I have to, move forward, combat glide forward, and shoot this fucking target from 25 meters out. And then this next table would be like, okay, I gotta fucking do all that shit, but the target's moving this time. Like it's just all different modifications and variations of the same fucking thing, basically. So you're doing a lot of that shit constantly. Is there anything that you guys kind of replaced a lot of that time and a lot of that like dedication and commitment to, like maybe like a hobby, or maybe it's still like firearms?
Yeah, no, definitely still shooting. Definitely still shooting.
You're in California. You can't fucking shoot shit.
California.
Dude, you'd be very surprised. So the hard part about California is to get a goddamn gun. But once you got a gun, they have ranges. The entire desert's your backyard to shoot, blow up, whatever you want. You have multiple different ranges out here. Like, they don't give a shit what you do in your backyard or in the middle of the desert. They just care what you shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I still have
but-
like tons of toys. Like I love my guns, I've
Yeah.
had an M1, but I just sold it. I
It's
missed
got
that.
a 1911
Yeah.
MC operator. Yeah.
Okay.
He's
I
coming
think
in.
Smooth operator.
I think I just put a lot of time back into the gym. I think like just working out. I don't
That's
know.
true.
I just,
Yeah, no, I definitely don't go to the range as much. as I
Iron
used to
sharpens
regularly.
iron,
No, definitely more time in the gym. I got back into tennis. I don't know if you can see the rackets
Okay.
right there.
Oh.
Right on.
I used to be 7th in our state for tennis.
Oh,
and, I
shit.
got back into it.
in California or
Guys-
Michigan.
Michigan, yeah.
I was 7th in our state back in 86.
2016, back
Have
in
it-
16.
Have any of you guys ever been fucking frisbee golfing?
No.
No, it's very popular here
Dude,
in Maryland.
I
is it?
fucking
I
frisbee
haven't.
golf all the time. I love
Explain
it.
it. What is frisbee golfing? For those
Oh,
that
dude,
don't
it's
know.
pretty gnarly. Have you ever seen those like little like if you're in a park? Have you ever seen those little like it
They're
looks like a
They're a
basketball
basket
hoop, but it's
chain.
but it's got a chain on it and it's got a number on it. And you're like, what the fuck is that thing? Like it looks like it's a weird bird feeder kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's like golf. Like you like
So-
fucking you take
so there's
strokes, but
different-
you toss
yeah,
a
there-
frisbee and you have to the hole is that thing. You have to land it in that thing.
Yeah, so like the frisbees, they have same as like drivers. They have like like a golf set. They have like a driver, a mid range, a putter, all that shit. And then you have like normal. It's normal fucking.
Well, you
like,
have
golf
different
course.
frisbees.
Yeah,
There's
there's
a different size frisbees for
Yeah.
like a driver, a putter.
Oh,
So
I
so
had
there's
no
yeah,
idea.
I frisbee. It's called frothing. I froth all the fucking time, and this is the,
You
like the
froth?
basic.
I had
Fucking
no
I
idea.
fucking
Froth?
froth all the time. Frothing.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Frothing.
I thought
one's
it was
the-
the
one's
same
this-
fucking frisbee, man.
No,
That was
no.
just the shit on top of the beer,
Nope.
you know, the frog.
One's the
crazy.
speed of the disc, so it's like how hard you have to throw it. One of it is like the glide, and there's like numbers and all this like math that goes into it, and how the disc will actually like glide when you fucking throw it.
You know,
Is
now
that
that,
the
now you
frisbees with the
mention it,
metal? Is that the frisbees with the metal ring on the
No,
outside?
no,
of
there's
it?
not, nope, not
No.
metal. It's
Oh,
all,
okay,
it's all,
okay.
it's all
now
plastic.
that you mention it, you do come off as like a fucking disc golf guy, dude. Like, to be honest,
I
with
can
you,
see
like,
it,
a
I
frisbee
fucking
golf
I frisbee golf all the
You
time.
give me
bro. I
that. You
fucking
give me
love
those
it.
vibes now. You know those vibes.
I can see it.
Yeah, dude, but it's
Yeah.
fun, dude. Anybody who hasn't tried frothing, fucking get out there and do it. There's this app called UDisc, and it will show you every single like fucking frisbee golf like course in the nation.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
So-
that's just dope, man. I got into sports is what I got. I got back into sports. So like fucking
Coach
I'm
Moss over here.
yeah, so I'm a coach, but yeah, I'm a director of a summer camp. That's a sports summer camp. So like I have them play sports all fucking day, every day. And I go out there and I fucking play too, you know, shit like that. Who gives a fuck?
yeah.
Let's go out
Hell
there and
yeah.
have a good time. Like dodgeball, dude. Oh, it's not child abuse if it's dodgeball, is the way I see it.
You fuck them kids up or what?
No, dude, I get after him, bro. And the best part is like headshots don't count. So like if you hit them in the head, they're still in. You get to hit them again. So like
just
double
going for
tap,
headshots.
motherfuckers. Controlled pair. So I'm out there getting
box
after
drill,
it,
box
dude.
drill, right?
I always, dude, but the funny thing is like they get fucked up, but they ask for it, man. They're like, yeah, coaches versus kids, we're gonna get you. And they get out, and then we fucking go out there and no mercy, dude. Just mow them down, dude. Straight mowing them down. Like my fucking guys are probably throwing like low 80s, you know, at these kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just doing shit like that, getting involved, kickball, big kickball guy. And we have a lot of employee nights where we just fucking chill, order pizza to the facility, and we play something. Like the first night was Ultimate Frisbee.
Yo, bro, why aren't you ordering from my my store?
I don't even think there is a Little Caesars like me. First of all, it wouldn't even fucking matter. It wouldn't even be on your
It'd make it-
P&L because
it'd
it
make
wasn't. Yeah. When I'm down there, I'll get a fucking pizza from there.
There
How
you go.
about that?
All right. All
How
right.
about that? Yeah. And then so now you're making me lose my fucking train of thought. So anyways, so I'm fucking, just doing shit like that. And then the second night was like volleyball. We chill the facility, order pizza, whatever, chill. And just doing shit like that, man. Just doing adult leagues. Like if you like find adult leagues, like if you're kickball is fucking fun, man. It doesn't matter if like how fucking fat, slow, tall, skinny, fast, like athletic, non-athletic. It doesn't fucking matter in kickball. Like kickball is like it's the great equalizer. It's the sport itself is the great equalizer. So
I'd agree with that. Absolutely.
yeah, so like there's so many adult leagues where it's just like dirt fucking, which I know you fuckers are getting disability. Don't fucking lie to me. Don't fucking
No,
lie to
not
me.
yet.
I know
Not
you
yet.
fuckers are getting disability. So
Nope.
I think you could pay like $100 fucking maybe, and it's just $100 flat fee, like to join some fucking adult kickball league, and you get to
Bro.
like just go and have fun and shit. And if you want to fucking drink, a lot of those fuckers drink before the games anyway. So it's like, do your fucking thing. Like just get involved in sports if you love sports, like in something athletic, dude. There's so many different games that I've learned, like fucking spike ball, I mean, I've already knew about Ultimate Frisbee, but like just like I actually learned how to play volleyball, like actual volleyball,
That's fun.
not just being
Volleyball's
athletic
fun.
and just jumping around and fucking hopefully you're fucking doing that. No, but how to actually play like bump, set spike type volleyball, and like all the different things, man. You learn all the different things and just do them all. Just fucking do them all. Get active.
Another
May
thing
as
with
well.
speaking
You're in your
about
prime
sports,
right now.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
I'm
always
sorry.
in your prime. All right, you're always in your prime.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but with sports, another thing I want to hit on is fucking NFL baby is so close. And let me just say something. Last night,
Aaron's rolling his fucking
Kenny
eyes.
Pickett threw 2 touchdown passes to the game winner. All right, Kenny.
So what was that, Lucas?
You know that ball.
that fucking meme. You know that meme with the
George
dude that just
Pickens?
takes his fucking headset off. He's just like,
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that what I look like?
Yeah, that's what I was about to do when he fucking brought up the NFL, and then he brought up Kenny Pickett.
Fucking Kenny,
Like
fucking
motherfucker,
Pickett,
you want us to donate? We were on to something, man. We were inspiring. We were
man,
motivating
I'm
the
sorry,
populace.
man.
Yeah.
And you came in with this fucking Steelers
Came in
bullshit.
like a wrecking ball.
The Steelers
if
going
you
to
were
the bowl.
if you're gonna talk about the I would have talked about the Buccaneers, but I mean the Steelers not even worth time.
Hey,
on
Brady's
this fucking thing.
all right. You got Tom Brady, but all right, he's too fucking old to win you another bowl. You go to the playoffs. His old ass is gonna get fucking be hurting in 40. He's like what 45
See,
now.
I feel like people
Oh,
say that
dear.
about him every single year. And
Nah,
then
but now
still
he's
is.
like 45.
I'm just saying,
like there's a difference.
Yo,
between,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. Now magically in 1 year, like all of a sudden he's just shit,
Oh,
right?
Man, I thought he was hurt last year.
God. He's a mortal god. There's no other way to explain it. There's just no other way.
Hey,
Mortal god.
hey, I'll see you in like week 4 or something.
I remember in the Super Bowl, I forgot what Super Bowl it was, but it was one where they brought all the like old I think waiting. Wasn't he like the only one that was booed as soon as he like came through?
I don't
Do
know.
you know what I'm
Maybe.
talking about? It was like Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
everyone's always booing Tom Brady just because
Yeah.
everyone's jealous.
Yeah,
Everyone's
just
jealous.
a
I
hater,
used to be
or
one
is
of
there
those
a reason?
guys.
What, so
Now
is
you
there a
always say
reason,
that because
though?
you have him. If he wasn't playing for the fucking Buccaneers, you'd be like,
I'd
fuck
still
Tom
be
Brady.
a jealous motherfucker. I would still
So
be a
what's the
jealous
reason?
motherfucker.
What's the reason? Why does everybody hate on Tom Brady? From someone who
'Cause
thinks
it-
football
All right,
means
as a
soccer.
Steelers
Everyone,
fan,
oh
he
my
he
God.
kept 2 fucking Super Bowls from Ben Roethlisberger. There is no
Okay,
fucking
okay,
way.
so other than because he beats
Ben
your team,
Roethlisberger kept them for the Steelers.
other than because he has beaten your team, why do
exactly
people hate
that.
Tom Brady?
That's the only. It's because he's
It's
perfect.
the NFL.
It's
Yeah,
because he's perfect.
Fucking-
It's just because he's a really nice dude. It's like well recorded. This dude is like fucking amazing. He's just
So he's not a
this
dick.
dude's a saint. He's not a dick at all. Like he's a total opposite. And if you ever watch the show Entourage on HBO, it's a great fucking show. They have a whole episode about it where Turtle, who's like the driver dude, and he's like kind of like the chunky guy, he's a New York Giants fan. And he talks so much shit about Tom Brady because they're going to be golfing in the celebrity golf competition. And he knew he was going to meet him. He's like, yeah, I'm going to fucking say this shit to him. I'm going to say that shit to him. And he gets up to fucking Tom Brady. And Tom Brady's like the nicest dude, just slays him with kindness. And he's like, yeah, maybe you should come over with, and have dinner with me and Giselle and all this shit and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, fuck, man. He's just such a nice guy. Like that Tom Brady, like, is legitimately like that. Like he's
Really?
like, yeah, just
So
everyone
why does
fucking
everybody
loves
hate
him.
on him.
It's because and okay, let me get to my second point. He's good looking. He's a fucking great looking dude. Like the dude, like golden sperm.
Like you'd fuck him.
Fucking golden
You
sperm.
get fucked by him.
He kisses his son goodnight every night
Yes.
on the lips.
I kiss. All right, I will go. I will say I kiss my dad on the lips. Saying it's not an abnormal taboo thing, motherfuckers. So, anyways, because Tom Brady's my dad. So fucking so he's a really good looking dude.
I think that's even worse because you're down on the lips.
He's really
What?
good at what he does. His wife is literally a supermodel. Like you can't make this shit up. Like she's one of the fucking what's the term? Like most grossing like supermodel of like all time. Like she's up there as like one. I think she's number one. Fact check me on it. I don't know, but like she's made a shit ton of fucking money being a model and also running like a model agency. I think is what she does now. So like they're both making fucking buku bucks. So you can't he's a super nice dude. He's fucking handsome as shit. His wife is super hot. Like the dude has
Everybody's
literally
pissed because he's living the
storybook.
American dream.
Yes.
I just hate him because he beat the fucking Steelers. Man.
So that's why people hate him. It's because he's successful, man. It's because people
You know
can't
what? Let's put a
stand.
poll. Let's put
People
a poll.
can't.
Why do people hate Tom Brady?
People can't stand when other
Winners.
people are successful and they're not. This just goes to the communist bullshit that goes on in our country. I don't want to go fucking political. I don't want to get political, but there's like, oh,
Biden.
I'm not rich. I didn't have money. I have to work for it. So let me try to weasel my way out of working for it and just find a way to pass legislation to take it from somebody else and give it to me for the least work possible. And I can't stand it.
But not just to
stand it.
mention that Biden just implemented a tax hike for everybody making between $20,000 and $100,000 a year.
Yeah. So that actually was going into my next fucking point actually was these transitions, balling out. So speaking of income, job efficiency. So I don't know about you motherfuckers. I know Aaron, and I think this is definitely pertains to you, is like how proud you were of being that fucking just a fucking animal on the 203, like just being a fucking dog on it, being like the best in battalion. And I know I fucking prided myself on being like the best radio operator I could fucking be. Like that's who I wanted to be. That's who I want to be known for. I was like, man, you all can give me shit about certain things, but you know, at the end of the day, like I'm good at my fucking job, and y'all
Right.
like so that means I can get away with some shit. So
Right.
yeah, and then Chris, you also like taking like great pride, not only just being a Marine, but like you know, just being in your MOS.
Yeah, I always had to make sure that I knew as much as everybody, like on my level. I want to be able to. I was the one who always taught my junior Marines. Like I fucking probably taught them half of everything they fucking know. So other than SEALs, some of them were fucking lazy.
Yeah,
But I you know, take down upon yourself as that leader to
As
like,
that mentor.
yeah, as that,
Not
yeah,
even that leader,
mentor,
like-
yeah,
Yeah. Because you are
definitely.
molding the minds of the next generation of Marines, the next generation of America. You're setting them up for success not only in the military, but when you are that mentor. You
Yeah.
can literally mold whether or not they succeed and do well, or they become shitbags and transition out and say, fuck the Marine Corps, fuck that. I'm just gonna go work some fucking dead end job and fucking, you know, drink myself to death.
yeah. That's what I was fucking doing at GameStop, dude. No bullshit.
I mean, I'm still doing that, but it's not it's not a bad thing.
Like, dude, GameStop, I got to the point, dude, I was just fucking going in stoned every day. Like, it was just the monotony of the job, dude. Just the monotony of the job. I hated it. But even
So
there,
what was your
like,
question, Lucas? What was your question?
oh, my question was, okay, so we had great pride in what we did. Like, do you still
Right.
hold yourself to that standard in your civilian jobs?
Like being the best at what I do?
Yeah, like so we obviously are
Absolutely.
doing something, you know, it's not exactly 100% the same because we're not in uniform anymore, but you know, we're still working a position in which we feel like we can contribute. So how do
Well,
you like hold
absolutely.
yourself to it? Do you hold yourself to the same standard or even a higher standard because of what I mentioned earlier about the other expectations that people have for you because knowing that you were a Marine?
So I don't think I really compose myself any differently. I have never really given a shit what anybody else thought, but now there's extra incentive for me to be the best in my group. If I'm the best fucking franchisee owner, I'm gonna make more money.
Yeah.
If I'm the best fucking franchisee owner, this store's gonna do really well. I can sell it for a hell of a lot more.
Yeah.
If I'm, you know, the best at managing other people, there's no reason why I can't be in charge of this entire facility, which I am not. And who knows, maybe regional manager of the entire Southern California area is next. Like,
Yeah.
you know, possibility is limitless out here. It doesn't matter that I've only been with this company for 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years. Oh, you got to pick up for, you know, you got to wait to pick up for a year. Like, no, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
You
Yep,
show that you're
yep.
proficient. You show that
Yep.
you're awesome. You show that you're going to kick everybody else's ass. Nobody else cares.
Yeah,
At the end of the day,
definitely.
it's about results.
Yeah, and I went through a phase when I got out of like, I think it's kind of like that little depression phase that, you know, a lot of people go through, and like, I got a really nice, like, a really good job where I thought it was gonna be a lot. I was doing a lot more than I really was, and ended up getting out of the Marine Corps knowing like tons of knowledge, obviously about IT, like building networks and shit out in the middle of nowhere, to like managing like just a basic network. And I got fucking lazy as shit. Like I didn't really have anything to do, so I sat around and I had that job for 2 fucking years, and then I all right, I need to do something new now. So I got
Right.
hired by my new company now, and it's like I'm back into things, and it's like I think I got so complacent at my last job, and now I'm getting thrown into like a high paced job, you know, like I'm working 24/7 when I'm there. Like I'm busy the whole entire time, and it's so good because it's like soaking up that fucking knowledge, and I think it makes me want to just perform better and be fucking better and learn
Congrats,
more.
brother.
Yeah, I fucking love it. I love it. I love like getting that drive back. I think I didn't have that drive before, but now I have that moving forward.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I literally decide my fucking story is like exactly the same, dude. I spent almost 2 years at GameStop, bro. Like literally doing fucking nothing there. Just I was basically working there just to work, I guess. Like I wanted a job, but I really didn't have any drive on like what I wanted to do like with my life. So I was just like, I was like, oh, I know I'm going to school right now. That's all that matters. Like I could just work whatever job, but I fucking hated it there, dude. I love working with my boy, but like that was the only reason I was basically working there. And the fact that I could talk about nerd shit with people for like, on the clock, get paid for it, even though it wasn't a whole lot of money either, and
Yeah.
the crazy thing was like, I don't know what I was just like, man, I'm fucking done with this place, man. I just need to get the fuck out of here. I just
And
I can't remember what it was like. It just kind of clicked for me. I was just like, man, oh, I think it was because I wanted to get it like a summer job, like a full-time summer job. And I was like, because I'm not going to get that many hours at GameStop. Because,
I feel like,
school doesn't
go
pay
ahead.
you for the fucking, for the time you're not in school. So,
Right.
but yeah, so yeah, to fucking what Chris was saying, like, yeah, I was the same thing. And the crazy thing is that the job I have now, I drove past it every fucking day when I went to GameStop. Like it's a sports facility. I literally drove right past it and I was like, what the fuck is this place? And I finally went there for an interview, fucking killed it, got promoted, like doing my fucking thing, like, and I love it, dude. Absolutely fucking love it. Like coaching, working with kids, fucking just like, I'm like, man, I look fucking in. I look forward to like going to work. I look forward to like working there
Awesome.
and being there and shit like that. But
Yeah.
I
And I
went
feel
through
like
that
that's the same
phase where I
for
felt
all
useless,
vets.
man. What's
And
that?
I feel like that's the same way for all vets, man.
Yeah.
Like either you have that aha moment where you're like, hey man, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Let's get this back on track.
Yep.
Or you stay
Yep.
in that zone and you go into this depression state and you end up fucking offing yourself because you're like, dude, I don't have any more responsibilities. Like
Yeah.
people trust me with their lives and now they don't trust me with this fucking spatula to flip burgers. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
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 And I had the same thing. I was at one point I was going to school and I wasn't doing anything else. I was unemployed. Summer rolled around, wasn't prepared for it. Like I'd saved enough, so I was fine. But like I wasn't working. I wasn't able to spend money on things that I enjoyed doing. And I was like, dude, what the fuck am I doing with my life? So I applied for every job that like I could on Indeed, just send them all my resume. And I got a job working at a Little Caesars.
Mm.
And I was like, dude, is this like it? Like, is this the end all be all? Am I going to be fucking like making pizzas for the rest of my life? Like, is that
Yeah.
all anybody's going to hire me for?
Yeah.
And I feel like we all have that like crisis, like that internal crisis where you're like,
It's because you were a grunt.
yeah, like I didn't have any transferable skills. Like even now, whenever I got the security gig, I was like, dude, is this like all that people think I'm like rated for? Like getting out of
Yeah.
here? Like all I can do is like be a fucking security guard? Like, are you kidding me?
Mhm.
But I mean, this just goes to show, like, work hard at anything. Opportunities present themselves. I had the opportunity to buy the Little Caesars that I used to work at. I had this opportunity to go start being in charge of the guys at this security firm. Like, and I get to talk to vets all day. Like,
Yeah.
opportunities present themselves. Be available. Be physically and emotionally available for them. Like, don't just get yourself into a rut and start thinking all this negative shit. You're awesome. You served your country, right? You got out. Hopefully honorably. If not,
Yeah.
a different story. But if you serve your country honorably, like you have a skill set that a lot of people are looking for these days. And a lot of people just don't understand where to find it. So get into a job, any kind of field, and start excelling. Start being less the shit bag. Start giving, putting out. And if you take care of your employers are going to take care of you. At the end of the day, and if not, you're shit employers and go find a job somewhere else.
Yeah. And you actually mentioned something like kind of at the beginning there of your point where you said like when everyone goes through that kind of like depressive state of like when you get out and stuff like that and how important it is to like for like your mental well-being. It's so funny you should say that because that was actually my next point was mental.
Really?
Yeah, so that's I wrote it
transition.
down. So it was yeah, so the mental standard, and I felt like there was no standards for your mental well-being in the Marine Corps. Actually, I guess the standard was like it had to be good at all times, no matter what. If it wasn't good, you lie about it.
Yeah. The standard was don't talk about it, don't shoot yourself, and everything else you better fucking bring that faith. What's that Chris said earlier? That fake mental, what was it? Fake positive.
Oh, fake motivation is still
fake motivation. That's why I hated that fake motivation bullshit. It's because you have no idea how many people are like hurting inside. How many people are like, oh, just suck it up. Don't say shit. You're being a bitch right now. Like it's so toxic.
And you had
toxic
to
environment.
lie about stupid shit all the time, which I hated. Like the stupid question that the docs would ask you: how often do you drink? If you said,
Oh,
if you said,
yeah.
How, you know, do you ever feel like you want to fucking kill yourself? Like, yeah, all the time, but I'm not going to tell you that.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
and that's the crazy thing is because it's the branch, prides itself on integrity and
Right.
and being truthful and telling the truth, and yet like it's also a branch of deceit in that sense where you have to know that you can't disclose these things because you're afraid of the consequences of like what's
Exactly.
going to happen. Like, yeah, I could say this right now and I might feel a little bit better, like getting off my chest, but it's gonna feel worse when they fucking pull me from this unit and like I'm leaving my fucking buddies behind, and it's gonna
Yeah.
feel like a real selfish fucking decision.
And that was with chaps too. Like there was only a certain amount you're able to divulge to them. They always say like, "Hey, you can
Yep.
tell me everything. Hey, you can tell me everyththing," and then you listen to everything they're allowed to disclose to the police, allowed to like disclose to
Yeah.
your chain of command. You're like, dude, I'm not being a bitch. Like I genuinely want to get this off my chest, but I also don't want to leave my brothers.
Yeah.
So you start trading that line of, hey, how much can I open up to? And then luckily for me, I had some roommates. I had some amazing brothers. Lucas was one of them. And I could just
no
tell
longer am.
yeah, we're no longer roommates. No longer roommates. Kind of on opposite sides of the country.
Yeah. For now.
But no, he was yeah, for now. He was one of those guys that like I could always turn to and I always tell like everything to. It's like, hey man, like hope this doesn't make me a bitch, but like this is what I'm feeling, dude. Like this is what I'm thinking about. And you're like, dude, no, I had the same fucking feeling. Like I was thinking the same thing. Like, oh, glad I'm not alone.
Yeah.
And just having that similarity with someone and someone to vent to that's around your same age and around the same as the ladder is shit, like around the same level is very, very valuable.
Yeah, I think that's just like a lot of the bonds you build when you're in like going through
Absolutely.
shit together. I feel like that's like one thing where like I know a lot of people think back of like their friend group. They think all they think of is like high school like friends, like the normal person does. But if I think back to like, my friend group, I think back to like my boys, like my fucking boys.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. Do you guys talk to anybody from high school? Like,
Nah, not really, man.
I got two friends that have been like lifelong friends.
Got two phones.
Yeah, I've got one of the pretty much the only boy I talk. One of my boys that I talk from high school is like the one I enlisted with, and so that's what keeps us like tight is because we had that experience together. Like even though we went to different units and didn't really cross paths, like we were both fucking Marines and we knew that we did it together. Like we're always going to be bonded through that.
That's awesome, dude. I didn't join with anyone else. I went to a small school. I think our graduating class couldn't have been over 150. I don't talk to a single person from school. I went back home last Christmas to go visit my mom, and dude, like I hit up everybody. I was like, hey guys, anyone gonna go get a drink? Like, go chill out, like see what happened, like talk about it, talk about life and where we're at right now. And I got like hit up by one or two guys, and I was like, dude, like I just okay.
Yeah, man.
Like I'm tracking now. You know what I mean? Like I don't give a shit about the people that I went to high school with. On the majority, a lot of them are still in the same old small town doing the same fucking dumb shit. And it's like, dude, I got the other side of the country. Like,
which is why like I fucking value the boys.
The boys,
right?
Like
because
it's crazy because I keep in contact. There's like friends I have from like comp school that like we talk like every day almost on like they're texting or Snapchat or something like I'm always like communicating like constantly with the boys.
Yeah,
it's another level. It's another fucking level.
Like, dude, it's so fucking healthy, man, and like I'm so appreciative of like all of them, man, including especially you guys, man, especially you guys. Like fuck yeah, man. We're doing this shit, man.
Yeah.
We're doing it, and I feel like it's helping us. And I think like the most important thing is like, and I always say this, like I don't give a fuck if it's 100 million, listeners or it's one listener. Like as long as it's fucking somebody's out there, man. That's all I give a shit about. Like that somebody's listening to this and they're like, man, I went through that same bullshit. Like, yeah, I'm not fucking, let's see what helped these I'm listening to three guys, 30 fucking perspectives on on what helped them, and what worked for them. So maybe I can, that's three fucking chances, that's three options that you have that you could choose from. Like, doesn't get any fucking better than that. We gotta sell ourselves. I'm just plugging ourselves right now.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
not to get off our own fucking dicks, but just like because you guys did this with me, and Aaron brought it up, he's like, because we were talking about your Twitch streaming, and you're like, you should do a fucking podcast, man. And I was like, no, I'm not doing a fucking podcast. And he was like, no, dude, you'd be really fucking good at it. Like, come on, let's, you should fucking do it. And I was like, nah. And I just kept pacing and pacing. Like, I kind of let it like marinate for a little bit. And I think one day I was just like, fuck it. Like, who cares? Like,
Why not?
let's do it. Yeah. And I texted Chris and I was like,
Yeah, you called me. I think
oh, I called you. Yeah.
I was at work. You're like, I'm thinking about doing a podcast. And I was like, I was thinking about doing one too. You're like, fucking, let's do it. And I was like,
yeah. And I was
right.
like, all right. I was like, I'm getting Aaron. I was like, because Aaron recommended it. He's gonna have to be on it now. So
Is that how that happened? I remember the conversation where I was like, yo, Moss, you should do a podcast, but I didn't know that was like the first time you thought about it. Because you told me like,
that was
I
the
thinking
first
about it.
No, I probably was bullshitting you because
Okay.
I think it had crossed my mind. I was like, as something, I was like, oh, I could do that. And then
Yeah.
and then
That's
it
why I was very surprised when you sent me the invite. I
and
was
then
like, yo,
and then
really?
you basically gave me like the affirmation and be like, oh yeah, no, I genuinely think that people would listen. And I was like, okay, yeah, that'd be fucking. I was like
Yeah,
that.
he's a bullshitter. Like,
Yeah.
half the shit he says, he doesn't fucking mean.
And the big thing was when we were just kind of really trying to figure out everything, like what we wanted to do, who we wanted to be, like what message we wanted to to convey. And I think the big thing was like it was genuine. Like we're like, hey, we're three guys that we've all called each other, to catch up, and we talk on the phone for like an hour or two. Like, why not just fucking record that? Like, why not
Yeah.
just put that out there?
Why
Like,
not?
it's it's not. These conversations aren't any fucking different than we would have like in person or whatever. Like,
It's not like we actually secretly hate all of each other.
yeah,
We're
like,
just doing this for the
and
fucking
because I
viewers.
was really looking for something where I was like, man, I was reading a lot of fucking military books. I was watching a lot of military movies just to get those feelings in it. Like, and mainly just because they would make me so fucking emotional, bro. Like I would get so fucking emotional watching these films, mainly because of the boys. Like fuck, I'm missing the boys, or like,
Yeah.
damn, I know what it's like to lose a guy, like I know what that fucking feels like, and I know what that person is feeling right now, even though it's an actor. Like the loss of like holding a fucking dead homie, like this shit sucks. And and I was using that as a form of like almost like therapy of like, I was also going through therapy. Like
Yeah.
I was actually attending therapy, but like, using that as a way to like process these emotions rather than just kind of like suppressing them and shit like that. But like, first it was that, and I was like, man, I can't keep fucking doing this shit to myself, watching these fucking, sad ass movies and shit.
Bro.
And like that,
the
and
people
getting
were
like,
dropping like flies.
yeah,
around us.
and at the same time, we're losing guys left and right. Just like within our first year out of the fucking Marine Corps, we're losing like 4 guys. It's like, fuck, man. It's like we haven't even been out a year. Like my thought process too was like, man, like it wasn't even like this when I was in. So
And we were
like
losing
now,
people we were in.
yeah, and I was like, now that I'm out, like, is it because I'm out now? Like, what is it? Like, what am I missing here? And so we're like, fuck, man, like we need to talk about this shit. We need to talk about this shit. We need to encourage other people to talk about this shit, because it's a big fucking deal, man. And that's why, like, if we had a fucking mission statement, like that would be it. That would be it right there.
Absolutely. And if that rings true with any of you guys that have been out or are still in, if you think that any of the topics that we brought up today would be helpful to anybody, please feel free to share our podcast, share wherever you found us on, send us an email. Moss, you want to link our email real quick? Plug it?
Yeah, it's Rolling Vets Podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah, and that's
Send us an
something
email.
that's send us an email, and then that's something I
And-
always every week I'm like, same thing. Reach out to a buddy. I
Yeah.
stress that so much. That's something I try to do. I try to reach out to an old friend like at least once a week. I know. I think we owe that to our friends to do that.
Yeah.
Check up on
Absolutely.
them,
And I'm terrible at it. I really am. But if you feel like anybody's struggling in your life and that they would benefit from hearing, just us having this conversation. It's literally just a talk, right? Or if they need to text us at all, send that email, watch a video, send it to your friends, your family, whoever, and make that phone call to your friend, families. Just shoot a quick text. All of the brothers that you were closest to while you were in. It goes a long way toward the mental health.
Pussy, how you doing?
Yeah.
Set a fucking standard
Still
for
being
yourself.
a little bitch.
Set a standard for yourself. What kind of battle buddy do you want to fucking be? Like, do you want to? And that's something I had to fucking do for myself too, because I was the worst, man. I was dodging calls, text messages, fucking. I was like, man, I just don't want to fucking deal with this shit right now. Like I'm kind of going through my own thing. Like I'm kind of drained from being just fucking depressed all the time, and I don't want to have to lie to my homeboy. Like that. There's a lot of that shit going through my mind. I felt like and then at the same time, like we're saying, like we're doing these different methods of trying to cope with shit and try to get that touch of like the military like relation stuff, and our people are dropping like flies. And that being said, it's like fucking, oh man, I totally lost my fucking train of thought. I felt like I was on to something there to be.
You're killing it, bro.
But so close, man. I was ready for it. You were hyping me up and hyping me up.
I was
and
right
hyping
about
me
to
up. I was
drive in
ready.
that main point. I was right
Dude.
about
Fucking blitz.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
So, oh man.
Yeah, I'm just saying you let me down. Like, all right, fuck with that. Fuck that.
Damn, that I
Okay.
just blue
Talk
balled. I
to
just
a buddy.
blue balled everybody. Like
Just
mentally.
fucking.
Blue balled everybody mentally, dude. Jesus Christ.
All
But
right, Moss. What's your closing thoughts?
I think I fucking kind of remember like the track that I was on. Sort of.
I can't.
But anyways,
Oh, shit.
yeah. And just being able to like, holding yourself to a standard. Like, do you want to be the fucking guy or the gal that stands by and is dodging all these fucking calls and text messages, and then you're the one that's just like, oh no, so and so killed themselves. Oh, T's and P's to the family. Let me just fucking
Yeah,
post
let me
this
post
shit.
about it.
Let me
get some
post a
likes.
fucking, shit about this person, even though you didn't even fucking reach out to them, or you didn't even respond to their fucking text message or their fucking phone call. Like who the fuck, like what kind of fucking battle buddy do you want to be? Like,
Right.
just because
You're
you're
not-
fucking out, your watch does not fucking end. And
Right.
and that's the standard that you should hold yourself by. Like I think about those guys, that fucking literally took the clothes off their backs for me. Like I shared a fucking sleeping bag with a grown ass man, dude. Like some of these experiences that you have, even like just the micro stuff, like the micro interactions that you had with people, like just knowing that this person, if we just so happen, if we had worn fucking, like battalion patches or company patches, like, or unit patches, like just knowing that this person is in the same unit as you, they were there. Like, it doesn't fucking matter what fucking company they were in. Like they were there with you. Like just knowing that alone, like it's like, man, I would fucking do anything for that person. I want to do anything for that person. Like I don't give a fuck like where they're at in life. If they needed my help, I want to try to find. I want to find a way. I want to find a way for that
this
person.
guy right now. I'd hate to be the guy to say this, but at the end of the day, if someone needed help and ended up taking their lives, it might not be your fault that they killed themselves. But at the end of the day, it is your responsibility to look out for those guys. If they reached out to you and you didn't respond, how would that make you feel?
Yeah.
Like, how would you live with yourself? How would you say, hey, a brother that I served with, a brother that I would have lived with, a brother that I said I would have died for?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And even put yourself
And
in
they
their
end up killing
shoes.
themselves?
Even
Like-
even if you're the person that's reaching out, that's
Yeah,
being like,
imagine that person
imagine being
sent
that person not
100 different
hearing,
texts,
hearing shit back. Yeah.
got 0 replies. Like, how alone do you think they're going to feel?
Yeah.
right? Send that text, respond to that text.
Yeah. It's just
And
fucking,
at the end of the day, if you can't reach out to anybody, Lucas, hit it with the hotline then, man.
yeah, the fucking 988, homie. Like
988.
real shit. Like just fucking be a good dude. Be a good dudette to your comrades in arms, because like I said, when you get out, like your fucking watch doesn't end. Like that shit's for life. It's for life. It's always gonna, like, that's something that I think I'll always carry with me. I think it's something that you guys can relate to as well. Is like the standard that you have, like when it comes to,
but it is your responsibility.
yeah, the responsibility of being your brother's or sister's keeper.
Damn right.
Shit, man.
This is a heavy episode, but I'm glad we had it with
Yeah.
all three of us here.
Yeah, I'm glad we fucking had it too.
Kept you motherfuckers on track. Pieces of shit.
Take it away.
All right.
Hit it.
Well, here we are. You stuck with us all the way to the end. We thank you for listening. We want our listeners to know that if your pack becomes too heavy, don't drop it. The Veterans Crisis Hotline can now be reached at 988 or 1-800-273-8255. If you'd like to enjoy more content, don't forget to subscribe, Semper Fi, and keep rolling on.
Hey,
Yes. I love you guys. I gotta go fish for bed.
I love you guys too. I got to piss too.